All right, welcome everybody. It's August 21st, 2017, and this is a special energy session for the eclipse. So one of the things that I really want to start with here is I'll have everybody muted out, and actually I'm going to leave everybody muted out for the duration of this call, just so I can pretty much pay attention to what you guys are wanting to have shared back with you. So as I was saying, when some of you were coming in, as I was checking in with the energy this morning, it was really wonderful to kind of go outside before sunrise and really feel this stillness. So those of you who were following either the monthly energy sessions and or were listened or saw the last blog that I put out, you know that I'm really viewing this particular eclipse as kind of like a demarcation. And it's a demarcation from the standpoint that, you know, we've had all kinds of energetic influences that have been moving us to this moment. But this is kind of like where, this is literally that slicing of energy where the past becomes the past, and where we're moving as we step through this eclipse into really a brand new reality. That this is it. This is kind of the demarcation point. So that's all wonderfully said, all well and good. However, I want to take us back to this whole idea that over the last, probably over the last year and a half anyway, from 2016 on for sure, we have been going through this massive, massive dismantling process. Any of you that made it through 2016 and felt pretty good after the fact, huge kudos to you, because it was really a time of such significant transformation. We were already starting to get stripped away of anything that no longer served us. You know, jobs were going one direction, relationships were going another direction. Everything was kind of up in the air, right? And so we come into the first half of 2017, and now it's not so much that the physical restructuring is still going on, but it's the first half of 2017 was a much deeper dive into our neurology, our psychology, our biology. And so those aspects and levels of us were really getting transformed. So here we come to this eclipse, and it's almost as if, you know, we can say that, you know, the systems, the structures, all of that, we can say that that's all going to start going in mass now, and it probably is. And that's a wonderful thing to bring up. It's a wonderful thing to be aware of. I wouldn't focus on it too much, honestly, if I were you. And the reason I'm saying that is there seems to be a deeper focus that we can pay attention to right now. And that's the one that I really want to bring up in this call. And it's also the one that I want to address energetically. So that deeper place is this piece of personal responsibility. Okay, so 2016 had us reorienting. The beginning of 2017 had us looking at the neurological, biological, and psychological aspects of us, all the things that no longer served, up and out. It's time to get that all taken care of. And to the degree to which we actually heeded that message, actually listened and did something about it, you know, things are starting to feel a little bit lighter at this point. And they're feeling lighter in the sense that we're being given more space. We're being given more of an opportunity to choose something that we've really never been able to choose before, or never to the degree that we've been able to choose it. So if we all consider that we've been conditioned in all kinds of ways up to this point, that conditioning is also being cut today. So all of this programming, all of the things that we worked through, sliced today, literally sliced off. The past is going into the past. So now we have this energy of choice, is the best way I can say it. We have the energy of responsibility, I would also say. And by that, I mean that here we are, we have all of this space that has been afforded us. We have all of this awareness of what's going and what's no longer serves on all kinds of levels, both personally and collectively. And now we have this opportunity to do something that many of us probably have not been able to do since our innocence, and that's dream. It's like, it's this opportunity right now to really get back into this place where we dream a new reality, where we create from scratch, if you will, where we pay attention to what really gives us joy, what really brings us this sensation of that things are moving in the direction that we would actually like them to move. The reason I'm saying this is a lot of people are going to talk today about this whole idea about systems and structures and all the different things that need to fall apart and are going to fall apart. Wonderful. It's all going to go in the direction it needs to go. But what replaces that? What replaces that is the creatorship that each one of us possess. And so if we have more space, if we have more awareness, then are we going to use that energy to simply place our attention on what's wrong with whatever's happening? Are we going to place our attention on what's disappearing? Or are we going to place our attention on what we would really like to create? So you've heard me say over and over again that we have not come here to get love. We've come here to be love. We've come here to express that in all the ways that we can express it. And it's a really beautiful thing. But right now, it's time to apply that in a very real way, okay? So nice deep inhale and exhale, everybody. It's like there's floods of energy just coming through. It's like amazing. So let's stabilize that energy. Okay, so I want you to imagine we've got a really big space. And that space is made up of everything that no longer serves us, right? It's just kind of happened, right? And in this big space, we have the opportunity to fill it up with whatever we'd like to fill it up with. And as we choose to fill it up, and as we choose to place our attention on the things that really bring us joy, that feel loving and inspiring and uplifting, or whatever those things are to us, then we're going to begin to find out something pretty amazing. We're going to find out that, in fact, the past has been eclipsed. Our programming has been eclipsed, because what you're going to notice the minute you start putting your attention on what you'd like to create is that you actually are a creator. That those thoughts, those feelings, that innocence, that play, that dreaming, that joy actually becomes manifest. And we've spent so much of our time here on this planet, in this incarnation and any number of incarnations beforehand, paying attention to the programming. And we've had to pay attention to the programming because many of us were here to help deprogram. You know, many of us were here to actually create a new reality. So what I'm suggesting is that today, in this demarcation of the past, that's actually, let's let that be in the past. Let's let that programming, enough of that has fallen away now, that it's time to shift our attention and our energy to the creative beings that we actually are. Nice deep inhale and exhale, everybody. So many of us wow, there's a lot of energy coming through now. Whoa, okay, hold on, everybody. Yeah, okay, so everything that's coming through, just ground that, just allow it, be present with it, make yourself as big as you need to be in order to allow the energy that is already moving to be present with you, to be part of you, for you to be part of it, right? For there to be no differentiation between the energy that's literally coming out of the fingertips, moving through the heart, moving through the body, and the expression of you as a human being, right? All right, so okay, all right, so nice deep inhale and exhale, everybody. So there's this huge space. There's lots of energy. All of that space and all of that energy is creative energy. It's like having a blank canvas. It's like being able to sit for a moment in this kind of reset phase and choose. And I would highly suggest that we choose based on feeling, based on how do you want this human experience to feel? How do you know at some level of your being that it can feel? What do you want your experiences day in, day out, from the most mundane to the most extravagant and multidimensional? It doesn't really matter at this point. What matters is that we begin to really place our attention in how we want our lives to feel. And I spoke or mentioned responsibility at the beginning of this conversation. And the reason I mentioned responsibility is because in this huge space, we now have an opportunity to respond, to choose to respond, right? Versus reacting. And because we have this opportunity to choose to respond, we also have this opportunity to choose to create. Right? Okay. All right. So the responsibility part has nothing to do with us going back to our past and feeling like we have to process something else or figure out something else. None of that. What I mean by responsibility is that in each moment we respond based on what we want to create in that moment, right? So if in fact this is a demarcation point and our past has been eclipsed, then you are going to be presented with all kinds of opportunities in the now, right? In the present. And you're going to be asked, basically, how would you like to create in this particular moment? What gaps can we bridge in this particular moment? And like I said, we can all spend time thinking about everything that is maybe falling apart, and we'll probably in the outer landscape have plenty of reason to notice that. I'm just suggesting that we spend more time every single moment asking ourselves, what would we like to create? What gap can we bridge? that we're not seeing is bridged in this particular moment? What are we witnessing? And what love can we be or bring to that situation, right? So all of these kind of, I'm going to say from the past, the incessant human need to have somebody else fix our reality for us, whether that be a politician, or whether that be a teacher, or whether that be a spouse or a loved one, a kid. It's this incessant need for us to have somebody else fix something for us is keeping us from our creatorship. And it's also keeping us from co-creating with other creators in ways that can be pretty darn profound at this time in human history. So I'm just suggesting that we kind of move our attention from what we would like somebody else to fix for us, what we would like somebody else to change for us, and put our awareness in our creative potential. So how do we do that? We do that by feeling into the space that we would like to create in every single moment, right? So in some moment, you're looking for, say, stability. Well, you have stability. It's your birthright to have stability. So, but is stability given to you by somebody else, or is it given to you from within? So right now, everybody can be present with themselves, and you can draw forth, you can literally create from the inside out stability. What does stability feel like? And where do you feel stability in your body? Where are you aware of it? Right? The moment you draw it forth, you've just created it. The moment you put your attention there, you've actually started to hold that as a focal point. And as a creator, anything that you hold as a focal point will attract like energy around it. And then you will find that there will be people in your experience that are there to support that stability, or want to co-create in that stability. But this whole idea that we get it from the outside first, that's eclipsed. That has been eclipsed, right? So this opportunity, and it's been eclipsed for a very good reason, because those of us who are really excited and ready to step into our creatorship, by being eclipsed, no matter how many times we reach for it somewhere outside of ourselves, it's like our hands are going to get slapped. And so it's not until we kind of go back in and kind of go, okay, I'm going to be love. I'm going to be stability. I'm going to be ease. I'm going to be creatorship. It's not until we actually step into that and feel that as part of our presence, call that forth as part of our presence, that we begin to emanate that frequency. We begin to broadcast that out and around us. And I guarantee everybody that's a match for that is going to come flooding back, right? Nice deep inhale and exhale. Okay. So we've got this whole concept of responsibility, as in our ability to respond. And our ability to respond has been greatly enhanced in many ways, just because cosmic ordering, it's been greatly enhanced because so much of what we have been has been stripped away, right? That's the gift of some of these amazing cosmic influences. You know, all we have to do is be present to them. We don't necessarily have to make anything happen, right? We just are present to them. So let me see what else you guys are sharing. So we have this responsibility piece in the sense that we're back into our creatorship. We have this capacity to step into a level of our innocence that maybe we haven't allowed up to this point. We have the opportunity to see through the programming. And this is very real. We have the ability to see beyond our own programming, right? Any number of you have already noticed that over the last year and a half or so, you've really seen where you have had stuck patterns. You've really seen where you've played out the same scenario over and over again, right? And that it hasn't served you. And you all know that at this stage of the game, you probably can't play that game anymore. Or if you still wanted to, it kind of got pulled out from underneath you anyway, right? So that's really cool. We've got that space. We've got the innocence. We've got the ability to see through our own programming. And as this ability to see through our own programming enhances, we also have the ability to see through the programming, right? So when we see, we know the movie The Matrix, right? We're going to begin to see those glitches in the Matrix. And we're going to be able to see them very clearly. And as we see those glitches in the Matrix, we're no longer going to be fixated on those things that draw our attention and keep us distracted from the creators that we actually are, right? So this is also, as far as I'm concerned, really good news, right? It takes just awareness. It takes simply witnessing. It takes presence. It takes being completely present in the moment, not distracted by the noise, right? So in the last blog, I said something around, let's turn off the noise and turn on the light, right? And it's literal. It's literal. Turn on the space of your own awareness. Turn on the presence of your own creatorship. Turn on your own ability to choose and to respond moment by moment, right? And when we're drawn back to the past, when we're drawn back to the dialogue of not enough, or somebody else will fix it, or any of those limitations, then see it for what it is. See it for the program that what it is. It's been eclipsed. And draw your attention to this side of the eclipse. Draw your attention to the now moment awareness. Because I promise if you'll keep coming back to that, you're going to notice aspects of yourself that you may have never noticed before. You're going to see the creator you for what you actually are. And that creator you is going to begin to teach you everything you need to know in order to create the experience that you would like to create. Right? The creation of that experience has untold possibilities. So when you start creating, when you start feeling into something, when you start enjoying that creation, playing, dreaming, you'll notice also that all of a sudden you may feel literally like you were somewhere else. Some of you may not even feel like you are sitting on this planet, right? Some of you may feel like you're sitting on this planet, but you're sitting somewhere else on this planet. Some of you may feel that you slip out of a body for a second and into consciousness or into simply awareness, okay? These are all creative potentials and possibilities and potentials right now. right? So, but again, if we never dream, if we never play, if we never create, we never know what is actually going to coagulate around us, right? So even for those of you who like to write, for those of you who like to paint, for those of you who like to dance or draw or do any of that, do it. You know, it's like draw it, paint it, express it, feel it so that it becomes part of your embodiment. As these experiences become part of your embodiment, you can rest assured that that means that you are vibrationally sending out that broadcast. And if you are sending out that broadcast, then the right environment, the right people, the right beings, the right energies, everything coagulates around that. I really want you guys to understand just how powerful your creative potential is and how far reaching it is. And I also want you to pay attention to the fact that, you know, sometimes you'll hear people say, okay, yeah, but if I create, then I am stuck in that creation. Okay, eclipse that thought, please, because that's the past. That's the programming. What creator can't create over and over again? What creator, nobody, that's the programming that says that we're stuck in any reality that we create. You're creators moment by moment, right? Just a few moments ago, we created stability. All of us, stability, all at the same time, right? We can also co-create love, all at the same time. Yeah, we can co-create ease all at the same time. We can co-create a plant. We can co-create a planet that we all exist on all at the same time, right? So we can all do these things. The degree to which you spend any amount of quote unquote time, energy, focus, in any of your creations is the degree to which it will manifest. And my guess is by beginning of September, it's going to be manifesting pretty darn quickly, right? So it's a great opportunity to come into that awareness now. Choose it. All of you, I've talked to so many of you over the last years. So many of you have had such amazing experiences that let you know just where your energy can take you. So many experiences that let you know just how profound your state of being actually is. And all I'm suggesting now is that we turn our attention to that and let the rest kind of let the rest just go to the past, right? Okay. All right, so nice deep inhale and exhale, everybody. Let's see where this energy would like to go, okay? All right, so the first thing that you're showing me is, so there's almost like this energy of dismantling, I would say, or deeper dismantling going on right now. So it's almost like if there was a human being and your awareness of yourself as a human being and your awareness of yourself as a multidimensional being, those two states of being are becoming interfaced right now in this eclipse. And as they're becoming interfaced, there can be this sensation of, it's almost like this sensation, it's not as strong as chaos, but I would call it like this discombobulation. It's like this feeling of, okay, what can I be aware of now that I haven't been able to be aware of before? So any of the energy that is creating maybe an instability, a sense of chaos, any energy that is causing that discombobulated feeling is pull all that energy up and place that in a sphere out in front of you. And as you place it in a sphere out in front of you, place that blue star in the center of the sphere. And then spin that blue star or radiate that blue star so it dismantles everything that is in that sphere. And while you're in there as the creator that you are, just bring it all again to stability. Bring it all to knowing. Bring it all to coherence. And then compress and condense that sphere. And as you compress that and condense that sphere, bring it right back into your heart space and implode it into billions of frequencies of light. Okay, so one of the other things that you're showing me, and we'll just go with what you guys are going to, I want you to imagine that the space that you live in is moving to a higher symmetry state. Okay? So you're still sitting on the chair, lying on the bed, or sitting wherever you're sitting, but the space around you, the house that you live in, the room you're sitting in, is going to a higher symmetry state. And I just want you to pay attention to what that higher symmetry state looks like. What's in your environment, because you're in this next iteration of yourself, this refinement of yourself. What's in that space? And if you can't see it, notice what it feels like. Okay, there you go. Okay, so anything in the body that is, I would say, adversely reacting to being in this space, being in the more, literally being in a physically more refined space, a space that actually is attuned to you in this higher symmetry expression, or you as this higher symmetry expression. If there's anything in your neurology, biology, psychology that is adversely responding to being there, go ahead and place all that in a sphere out in front of you. And yeah, put it all in a sphere. It's a lot of information there. It's a lot of your past that is just filling up that sphere. A lot of the past that says, I can't live like this. You know, it's like I couldn't live in this kind of experience and expression. I couldn't live in this kind of joy. I couldn't, especially not when humanity looks like it's going to hell in a handbasket. I can't live this while others are experiencing that, right? So all of the neurology, biology, psychology that says that, please place that in a sphere and add that blue star to it. And broadcast that blue star throughout that sphere and dismantle all of that information. You're simply taking out the information that makes it so. There you go. And then compress and condense that energy. Yeah, compress and condense it. And bring that right back into the heart space and implode that into billions of frequencies of light. So our capacity to take responsibility, to respond, and to create from our capacity to respond allows us to create something in this world, in this reality, that acts as a model for what can be created. So we've heard, you know, the best of times and the worst of times, they're the same time, right? Our capacity to completely dismantle reality and our capacity to completely recreate a new one, they happen in the same moments. And that's why I'm suggesting that as we focus on the creative potential, then what ends up happening is we also get the opportunity to lead by example. We get the opportunity to actually, in our daily lives, day in, day out, be an example of what is a potential impossibility, right? So nice deep inhale and exhale, everybody. So all the energy that's running through that feels like it might be, quote unquote, too much, right? Go ahead and put all that extra into a sphere and blue star that and dismantle all of that too much. That energy of too much is the same energy in reverse of not enough, right? So it's not that in our capacity to create, we're not too much. And it's also not that we're not enough, right? We simply are. It's simply a state of being. This is what's available. It simply is an example. The only reason to do anything, the only reason to have an expression of self that is unique is because that expression allows others to understand that something else is possible, right? So any of our not enoughness and our too muchness, put all of that into a sphere and add a blue star to that. Okay, and dismantle all that information. There's eclipse that. There's not enough and there's not a too much. So compress and condense all of that and bring that back into your heart space and implode that into billions of frequencies of light. I was talking to somebody the other day on the mentorship calls, and she said, I was so excited to hear these words. She said, okay, now I'm unlimited. And now that I'm unlimited, it's almost like there is a fear of not having limitation. And I love that for a lot of different reasons. It's a reflection back of our collective potential and possibility right now. You know, it's like this. So anywhere where there is a fear of no longer being limited, anywhere there's a fear of taking that responsibility, because ultimately there's a fear that we might actually not be the creators that we hope that we are, right? Anywhere where there's those kinds of fears, place that in a sphere, please. And let's put a blue star in that. Dismantle all that information. And bring it right, compress and condense it, bring it right back into the heart space and implode that into billions of frequencies of light. All right, so your hearts might be moving at quite a clip at this point, or the vibrational frequency of your being might be humming right along, right? So let's just bring our presence, bring our awareness into the physical for a second. Just wiggle your fingers. We're not going to come out of this quite yet, but wiggle your fingers, maybe your toes, shrug your shoulders, Rotate your neck. Just breathe. Breathe into the body. Just breathe into the body. Yeah. Let it feel good to breathe into the body. Let it feel good to be kind of in the world, but not of it. Let it feel good to not be distracted by the noise. Let it feel good to dream. Let it feel good to be in innocence, in play. Let it feel good to be in humor. Yep. Okay, Kiara, kora kona materia santa ko ocho ochure seteri kira. Okay. So it looks like you guys are going to eclipse something else as well. So there are all kinds of aspects of each and every one of us that have been trying to interface with our conscious experience. So you're showing me all kinds of states of being, all kinds of different aspects of each one of you that have come really close, right? These aspects of you that have come really close, they hold information, they hold awareness, they hold consciousness, they hold the structures or the templates, if you will, for the things that you want to create, the potentials that exist, right? So anything, some of you like have 4, 5, 6, 12 beings, whole aspects of yourself that are showing up, right? So we need new concepts and ideas now. We need awarenesses. We need potentials and possibilities for our enjoyment in our creations. A lot of our creations have, especially based in the limitations that we were programmed with, they've kind of met their match. They've maxed out. It's like many of you have been feeling bored out of your gourd for a really long time because there's not been anything new to really create from. There's not been anything really new to play with, right? So anything that would prevent these new aspects of yourself, these being states of yourself, to kind of interface, bringing all the wisdom that you have from those realities, all the creative potentials. Anything is preventing that, go ahead and pull all of that information up and out and place it in a sphere out in front of you and put that blue star there. And compress and condense all of that information. Yeah. I love watching it just disappear. It's like one of my favorite things to witness. Talk about creatorship, just placing your attention and your awareness there. The whole thing goes into collapse. It goes into a power, an empowerment, right? Of your own creation, quite frankly. So pull that sphere back into your heart space and implode that into billions of frequencies of light. There you go. And just for a second here, just allow any of those beings, any of those aspects Just allow them to be enfolded, embodied, real in your human experience, for the clear intention of enhancing your human experience. Right? Why integrate anything unless it doesn't bring some level of enhancement to your creation thus far? Okay, so we've got the sun's attention now here for a second. So just allow it's almost, if there was a sun in front of you and you're standing there as the embodiment of these new aspects of yourself, it's almost like you're standing in front of the sun as the sun being a witness, metaphorically, literally, to your brilliance, to your beauty, to the radiance of your own creative capacity. And don't shy away from that reflection. Don't shy away from simply standing there and allowing yourself to be witnessed in that way. So it's like solar beings, light beings, beings of light, right? Beings of a unique symmetry state that support and enhance the potentials and possibilities of other symmetry states. It's like allow yourself to feel your beauty. Yeah, feel it. Feel the beauty. Feel the love. Feel the presence. Feel the vastness. You're still sitting here, lying there in a human form, in a human body, and simultaneously vast. Allow that to be your new program. Okay, let's see if there's anything else here. So we're always better together, right? We're always better together than any of us can be as an individual. And we're going to get to see that more and more as we're going to see people coming together. We're going to see them coming together very specifically to demonstrate a potential and possibility. So if you guys would just allow yourselves to, we keep creating this space in the heart. We keep bringing these spheres back into the heart and imploding them. Those fields from the heart go out exponentially every single time we do that. And so let's just intend that we're creating a little bit of a web here. we're creating a collective presence, a collective symmetry state. It makes it that much easier to create whatever we might want to create individually or in small groups, because we've got a collective consciousness to draw from. And think about all those other individuals who are having this same conversation today. Think about all of those other souls that have gathered in all kinds of different ways, all through their own beautiful, unique lenses. And connect out there as well. One of the things that's really going to disappear here, as far as a concept, is exclusion. So we're going to find, especially the more energetically aware, energetically stable we become, we're going to find that there is no exclusion. There's no exclusion of anything. That there's, whether it's dimensionally there's an entanglement, or whether there's even on an emotional, mental, even physical level, there is entanglement, right? So again, as the creators that we are, where would we like to place our attention? What would we like to be entangled with, right? And as we add our energy to that, that then supports that entanglement. It supports all of those other individuals who are also attempting to be, experience, express, create from a different symmetry state. There you go, spreading that information out. So anything that remains within you, that a concept, an idea, a flash of energy that just simply moves through, anything that has exclusion as part of the program, go ahead and pull that out. Because I promise, the more sensitive we become, the more we're going to understand that these physical experiences and expressions, the thoughts we think, the aches and pains that we have, the emotions that move through, they're collective. And so the more we support ourselves as the collective, support yourself as you would support the collective, that runs its energy back into that field, and we create a stability. So anything within us that still has exclusion as somehow part of our program, place that in a sphere, put a blue star in that, and dismantle all of that. It's like compress and condense it. Bring that right back into the heart space and implode that into billions of frequencies of light, including all of the frequencies of light that you are, including all of the frequencies of light that others are, including all the frequencies of light that this planet offers, that other planets offer. Just keep it going. Okay, okay. See if there's anything else. Okay, so I started this conversation talking about going outside this morning and just the utter stillness that was available. So that utter stillness is you. That utter stillness is the space of you. It's the blank canvas. It's the awareness. It's the presence. So let's make that matter. Let's make that matter. Nice deep inhale and exhale, everybody. All right, start breathing right into the heart space. Start wiggling your fingers and toes. Start moving maybe your arms and your legs, stretching them out a bit. Beautiful. All right, 3 nice deep inhalations and exhalations. And on the third exhale, breathe your eyes open. Breathe your eyes back open. Oh, beautiful. Donna, I'm so glad that baby's with us. Like, oh, what a squeeze it. All right, okay. Anybody else that wants to show themselves? That'd be awesome. Nice seeing your eyes. Beautiful. Oh, nice, nice. All right, there we go. Let me see. Oh, wow. Wow. Some things just make my day, and this just did. So, all right. All right. Lots of love, everybody. Enjoy the eclipse today, and thank you for showing up. Lots of love. Bye.